Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and welcome to another exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. This is where I teach you not to pee in the Golden Lagoon. Not only is it unsanitary, but it's just very impolite. But we have finally gotten in the display base, so we are ready for the grand finale here of the Agora Models Optimus Prime, and I just want to say how appreciative I am of your patience during this time of waiting. Well, that's what I would say if that were actually the case, but it doesn't matter because it's time for the finale, so let's get down to it. Okay, so we're going to start off with Prime's blaster. So first thing we need is this piece right here, and we need this little blank metal plate here, and that's going to get glued right up in here. So let me glue that real quick. Okay, so we have that glued in right there. Now we're bringing in this piece, and looks like this is going to be oriented this way with this little ridge up top. From the instructions, it's hard to tell, but I think they want this oriented like this, with this little opening facing down. Seems like it. So that's going to end up like that. And now we bring in this light. This is the light we'll get for the blaster, and that will just feed through both of these, like so. And now we're bringing in the battery box. This is a switch, and our little PCB here. Open it up. Our little PCB, and it looks like we're connecting all of this up. So it looks like we're holding it this way. The battery's going to go into this one. Okay, I always get nervous with these. There we go. Yeah, that's right. It's very snug, but that's right. Okay, so that goes in there. The switch will go into the bottom. And then the light will go to the top. So there we go. Alright. So we have all that rigged up. So now we're bringing in this part of the blaster, and now we're going to basically seat this PCB in place. So that is going to sit, it looks like, right here. Like that. And this will be secured with two PB 2.3 by 6 screws, which I already have right here. Get this loaded up. And as always, first we'll get the party started. Numero uno. And numero two. And now, we screw around yet again with our Prime. So we don't want to tighten these too much. Just enough that they're not going to go anywhere. That's not going to go anywhere. Okay. So now we just have to kind of feed things around in a specific way. So this switch is going to end up right in here. Yeah, the switch is going to end up right there like that. And yeah. And this, they just want this just kind of getting fed up through there like that. And I guess to try to keep these wires out of the way as best we can. But that's pretty much what we're working with. I assume the battery box is just going to kind of sit in here like that. So, okay. Alright, so now we have these two little pieces here, and this red piece is going to get glued into that right there. So let me do that real quick. Alright, we did that. That was not the easiest thing to do. That's a very small piece. And trying to line up that tab was not fun, but we got it in there. So we got that done, and now we're going to take these sections here, and these they do recommend you glue. Do they need to be glued? Yeah, I could use some glue. So I'm going to glue this real quick. Alright, that is glued as well. So now, I'm going to put these bits in their place. So this is going to sit right up there, and this is going to sit right here like that. So we got that done, so now we can move on. Alright, so now we're bringing in the other half of the blaster as well as this. It's going to be, I guess, a little hatch there for the battery box. And all this is going to get sandwiched together here. So this is when we pray that we have everything lined up just right, that we don't pinch anything, and just drop it down. Make sure that that's sitting in there, that's not getting pinched, and that seems to be all good. Alrighty, so now this will be secured with what? I know what. It's going to be secured with 4 PB 2.3 by 6 screws. So let me get the screw in real quick. Alright, last screw and schnuggened. Lovely, everything's good. And see, we have a little hatch there, so we can pull out our battery box. So that's all good. Okay, so we got that done. Let's move on. Okay, so now we're bringing in these 2 pieces, and looks like they just want this to go over this. Is this being held in at all with anything? That's just, I mean, it's loose, but it doesn't say to glue it or anything. It doesn't say to glue it, so I'm not going to glue it. And this is supposed to sit right where? Looks like right up in here. There is like a little slot. Looks like, okay, alright, so that's going to sit right there like that. Okay, that'll pretty much hold everything in place, seems like. Of course, make sure the wires are going through that opening there. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to bring this bit back, and this is just going to sit over the lugs that are in there. Let's get everything situated here. There we go. And we're going to install 2 PB 2.3 by 6 screws up top. So let me get those in. And those are in. So now we swing this back. And this will just sit right there. And this will get what? This will get 2 more PB 2.3 by 6 screws up top, and I believe the bottom will get PB 2.3 by 8 screws. So let me get all those in, and there we go. That last screw in schnuggened. There we go. It's coming together. It's coming together. So let's move on. Okay, so we have these 3 pieces right here. This little green jewel thing will just sit right there, and then this piece will sit right here, and this will be secured with a singular PB 2.3 by 6 screw. So just get that screwed on right quick. Skidoo, 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 and skidoo. There we go. So we got that going on. So we're just going to apparently put this off to the side for now. Now we're bringing in this piece, and we have a little, again, this is just a little metal plate. So we'll do this first. So we have this section right here that will sit right there, I believe, in this orientation, and this will take a singular PB 2.3 by 6 screw. So we'll just get this in right quick. Do a quick screw, 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 and snug. There we go. So we got that, and we're going to take this little plate here and glue this in real quick. All right. We got that glued in, so we are just putting this off to the side for now. Okay, so now we're bringing in all this again. So we have this. This is going to sit where? It's going to sit right here. There we go. So that's going to sit right there. This light is just going to sit in a little groove right there. And of course, be mindful that you are not pinching anything. They want this to kind of go in a straight line, even though it can't because there's that lug there, but get it going in as straight of a line as you can anyway. And just feed that through, and then we take the other half and close that up, make sure nothing's pinched. And this will be secured with 5 PB 2.3x6 screws. So let me get these in real quick. And last screw and snuggened. Lovely. That's still moving freely, so we didn't pinch anything, so that's good. So let's just set that back in its place. Alrighty, so now what we are doing is we are bringing in this little hatch here, and this is going to sit in this opening right there, like that. And we're going to bring in the other half of this, and this will sit over top of all that, and this will be secured with 2 PB 2.3x6 screws. So I'll get those on real quick, and we are and snuggened. Lovely. Okay, so again we have a little hatch here. So now we're bringing in the other half, and this is actually going to be glued on. So we're just going to sandwich it all together and glue all these pegs in place. So let me get this glued real quick. Alright, we got that glued together, so now let's move on to the next bit. Okay, so now we're bringing in this piece, and these are going to get magnets. So we have our magnets right here. I'm just going to take one right here that we have to glue in, and one will be glued in here, and one glued in here. So I'm going to get all that glued in real quick. Okay, we put the magnets in. They are ready to go, and so we are bringing this back in. So this is going to open up, and this is going to sit in here. So it doesn't say they're glued or anything. It looks like it just, oh, yep, just snaps right in. Okay, there we go. We got that ready to go. I'm not going to engage this just yet because I want to wait for all this to like fully dry, so I'm going to leave that open for now. So now what they want us to do is it is time to merge. So looks like what we are doing here is they want us to glue this. So we're gluing these two tabs. They're going to go into these two slots. So we'll just push this wire through, get this all glued up, and I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, we got that all glued together, and it's starting to look like a thing. Yay! Hooray for looking like things. Okay, so now, now we're bringing in this piece right here. So what we're doing is we actually need to take one of the blank metal plates, and we need to glue one right there. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so there we go. We got that little metal plate glued in. So again, I'm not going to put this on just yet because I want to make sure that is like super dry before I engage those magnets. So we'll just leave this as is for now. Okay, so now we have these bits right here. We have 6 of these with tabs, 6 of these with slots, and what's going to happen is that these are going to get tabbed together thusly, and these will be secured with glue, so I have to do this 6 times, so I am going to do that real quick. Alrighty, so we got these all glued up, so they are looking like that now, so we can put those off to the side. Now we're bringing in these sections here along with these hinges. So the hinge is just going to sit right there like so. They won't hold in until we actually get all this in place, but we're also going to be putting the little metal plates right into these slots. So these need to be glued in, so let me do that real quick. Okay, metal plates are glued in, and of course these will get their hinges. But this will get put off to the side for now, because now we need to take these, and these will go into their home, and their homes will be right here. So they'll just get tabbed in, 3 on each side. These need to be glued in, so I will get these glued in right quick. Alrighty, so it turns out you don't need glue for these. They friction in just fine. Those are not going anywhere, so you don't need glue for those. They just popped right in, real nice like. So there we have that. So now we are bringing in these pieces, and these are going to go where? They're going to go right here into this slot, and those definitely will need some glue. So I will get these glued on real quick. Alright, glued. Looking good. Looking good. So next thing we need to do is we need to place 2 magnets. Our last 2 magnets, and one's going to go on either side right here, and those need to be glued in. So let me glue these in real quick. Alrighty, magnets have been glued in place on either side. So now what we need to do is we need to take these panels here with their respective hinges, and they will get plugged into either side here, and these need to be glued in. So again, I will glue these in real quick. Alrighty, we got those glued in place. You can kind of see what's going on there, how all this is going to work. Pretty cool. So next thing we need to do is we have screw hole covers. So we have this panel right here. It's going to fill that in. This will need to be glued, and then we have these pieces right here, which will go on either side here, and these will also need to be glued. So again, gluing, need to do that real quick. Be right back. Okay, screw hole covers are in. This one needed glue, but these don't. These popped in just fine. They're not going anywhere. So, all right, we got that done, and we are on to the final step here, which is to bring in this little bit right here. This will sit in the tip of the barrel here, like that, and this will plug on right here, and this will need to be glued. It's kind of loose, so let me glue this on. All right, there we go. That is on. That is looking beautiful. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely. And there we go. Our blaster is done. It is finished. That's very cool how they worked this out. So you can open it up and you can see all the kind of inner workings there. And then you just close that all up, close that up. This will just pop on. Oop, that'll just pop on right there. There you go. And we have our full blaster. So let's put some batteries in this and test it out. All right, I got some batteries in there, 2 AAAs, and to turn it on, we have to just push up on the magazine here. So push it, boop, and we get our nice lit up barrel. That looks awesome. Oh wow, that looks good. And then push it again. Just gets a little dimmer. Does it pulse? Oh, it gives you a little pulsing effect. Oh, that's cool. So you get a cool pulsing effect out of it. And push it again, turns it off. So there you go. You just got your steady lights, got your pulsing effect, and then turn it off. There you go. We're done with the blaster. So hooray for being done with blaster. So now we can move on to the next part. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is build us an axe. So here's the pieces we need to start off with. We need our little circuit board here. And we have the light, we have a switch, we have the battery box. So what are we doing? So it looks like we are taking this switch. It is going into the top port. This one right here. Get that in there. Then we have the light itself. And that will go into this one. And then we have the battery box that will go into this one. So which way are we going? We're going this way. So there we go. So those are our electronics hooked up. And now we need these 3 pieces here. So we're taking this in this orientation, and we're going to be inserting this, looks like in this orientation. And Just pushing that through as far as it'll go. And that seems to be as far as it'll go. And then we are taking this, and this is slotting in right there. Like that. That looks like what we're working with. Okay. So now we're bringing in these pieces here. We have this piece that will sit, looks like, right in here. It looks like, yes, seems like it. And then this is going to sit right in here, like that. And this will be held in with two PB 2x6 screws. So let me get these in. And those are in. And now we just take all this and put it together. How's this sitting? How's this going? Oh, this way. Don't put it upside down. That'll help a great deal. There we go. It's going to be sitting like that. And this will be held together with 4 PB 2.3x6 screws. So let me get the screwing. And there we go. Get that snuggened. And we have this little bit all done. Alright, so now we have the axe itself. We need to bring in this piece here in this orientation. This will sit, looks like right here. Like so, and this will be held in with 2 more PB 2.3x6 screws. So let me get these in, and they are in. We got that looking like that. So now it's time to bring in all of this and put this in its home. So it looks like the PCB is just sitting right here. And the light's just going to get fed up through here. Now the light does need to sit in a specific way here, but I'm not going to get this in place right now because I'm going to be still fiddling with all this and this will move. So we'll just get all this secured up first and then we'll mess with everything else when the time comes. But the PCB is going to be held in with 2 more PB 2.3x6 screws. So let me get these in. Okay, so we got that secured up. So now what we need to do is we need to get this switch in place. So the switch is going to sit, it looks like, right in here, like that. And these wires are kind of going wherever they want though. So that's a case of now we need to do a little bit of wire tightening, I guess. Just kind of stuff these wires down in here. Get that, there we go. That's probably roundabouts where they want everything sitting. And this is going to be held in with 2, what do we need? 2 PWB 2x6 screws on either side. So let me get those on. Alright, so we got that done. You can kind of see the brim of the hat is just kind of holding that switch down. We also need to bring in this piece here that we already built, and this will just slide over that like so. And once we've done that, now we can close all of this up, and let's just get a screw here ready to go. And be mindful of our wires here, make sure we don't pinch anything. That'll go through like that. There we go. And this will be held in by 2 more PB 2.3x6 screws. So let me get these in right quick. Alright, got those nice and snuggened. Lovely. So we have our battery compartment ready to go. So now it's time to put on the other half of the axe. So this is where we have to get this light in place. So there is a specific way this has to go in. So there's basically a channel here for the light itself. And then there's a channel right next to it that is for this white wire. So you have to have it sitting roundabouts like this. That's kind of how you want that looking. Again, you have to be very mindful here of how you have all this sitting in here. And then these wires, I want these wires kind of going along the bottom, so roundabouts looking like that. And then We just put the other half on. They want us to use glue. I don't know if I'm going to glue this. We'll see. I don't think we need to glue it, honestly, because it's going to get screwed down at this end, and there's going to be a cap that goes over this end. So I don't honestly think we need to glue it, but we'll see. So let me futz with this and get this all situated, and we'll see what happens. All right, we got that in place. That was very annoying, but we finally did it. These little thin wires, they just want to do what they want to do. They were just very annoying to work with, but all this just snaps right in, so I really don't think it needs any glue. One thing also, there's a little button cover that you put over the button before you put this half on, so make sure you do that first. Yeah. So now this is going to take just one PB 2.3x6 screw right there at the bottom. So we'll just get this in a real quick screwing. That won't take us any time. There we go. That is in place. That is holding in that end. So now what we need to do is we need to bring in these four just little round pieces of metal. And these are going to get glued into these 4 points right here. So let me do that real quick. All right, so we got those in. So now they want us to install some batteries. So we're just going to take 3 LR44s, which I have right here. I'll just drop those in with the greatest of ease. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. There we go. We have our battery cover right here, and this will be held in with the PB 2.3x6 screws. Okay, battery cover in place. So now we're just bringing in the other half, and this is going to get 4 magnets that are going to get glued in at these 4 points here. So let me get these glued in real quick. All right, we got those magnets in. I'm not going to pop this on just yet because I want to make sure that everything is as dry can be. So I'm just going to put this off to the side. But the last thing we need to do is just take this little cap here that will go on the top. They want us to glue this, so I'll get some glue on this and pop this on real quick. All right, so that is glued on, and we have us an axe. So nothing left to do now but test it out. Okay, so I have the lights dimmed so we can see things a bit better. I think it's good to put the little cap back on there. There we go. And now we just push the button, and yay, we have light. You can see. I mean, they're going for the effect of trying to light up the blade, but the light can only travel but so far. But, you know, it does a decent enough job. And push it again, and it will flash. And push it again, and it will turn off. There you go. We have us an energon axe. Hooray! So now let's move on. All right, so now we're going to start building our second matrix. So we have our switch here. We have a little board here with the LEDs. So this is going to go in this opening. Like so. And then this is going to sit right in here. So this wire is going to end up in the second. Make sure this is all oriented properly. Okay. These wires always make me nervous. Little nervous. Again, go in your home. That's your home. Welcome to your home. There you go, that's your home. Alrighty, so we got that in, and now this is just going to sit just kind of right in here. Don't know how, because this wire is too long. In the instructions, this wire, this plug is like all the way back here, and you can see they give us a lot of extra slack. So it's just kind of a case of like, how is this going to work exactly? We just need this out of the way of these holes here. So that's kind of what we need to have happen, but how are we going to make that happen? I don't know. How much do we have to turn it? I don't know. And the switch obviously has to go in this opening here. That's where that's going to live. So maybe if we just kind of manipulate everything and have it sitting roundabout, there we go, like that. That seems like the best way to go about that. Just kind of get all those wires where they need to be. That seems like that'll work. There we go. We figured it out. We figured it out. Okay, so now what are we doing? We are bringing in this piece right here, which is labeled. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. It's labeled number 1. That's the one we need. And where is this going and how is this going? Looks like we're looking at it oriented thusly. And that is going to sit right in here. Like that. You can see what's happening. There we go. Looks like that's going to sit like that. And we need to run a pin through this. And we have our pins right here. And yeah, looks like this is just going to go straight through and secure this into place. Okay, there we go. Just had to use my little pliers here to get that pin in the rest of the way, but that is in. All right, lovely, 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 lovely. So it looks like it's pretty much a case of second verse, just like the first. This one is labeled, again, don't know if you can see it, but it's labeled number 2. And that one will go on the other side with the pin, so let me do that real quick. All right, we got that side in, and that should be what we're looking at right now. Wonderful. So now we have to put the top ring on, and this looks like it does have a notch, which it does. I guess that's cut out for the wires, I'm assuming. And there are pegs as well, so this is where we have to kind of get everything lined up and secure. So let me just do this real quick, get this all sussed out. Okay, so got that on. Now you do definitely need to be mindful of where your wires are, because like this wire, since it's too long, there is an opening for it. You just have to make sure you're not pinching anything. Make sure these wires are going through that opening there. I think I have everything in a safe place. So now we just flip this over, and this will be secured with 3 PB 2x6 screws. So let me get these on real quick. All right, so I got that secured up, and the next step is to put batteries in it, which I already did. This takes 3 AG7 or LR57 batteries, or these numbers. This is also the equivalent. So 3 of those, they go in there. Push the switch. You can see the lights work, so success. We didn't break anything, so the lights work. Hooray for lights that work. Here is the cover for the battery compartment. That will just sit right there. And this will be secured with 2 PB 2x6 screws. Okay, once that battery cover is on, the next thing we need to do now is we need to bring in 3 of these little round pieces of metal. These are not magnets, they're just pieces of metal, and they're going to get glued into these 3 points right here, here, and here. So let me get these glued in real quick. All right, wonderful, glued. See how that looks. So now we are taking this piece here, and this is going to get pegged on to the central section here. And they do say they want you to glue it. Does it need to be glued? Yes, it does. That's very loose. Okay, this needs to be glued. Let me get this glued. Alrighty, got that glued. Wonderful. So now we are bringing in this piece, and this is going to get magnets. So we have 3 spots here for magnets. Need to be glued. Let me get this glued real quick. Alright, so I got those magnets in, and since we have to do it to the other side anyway, I already did the other side. So the magnets are on both sides there. I'm not going to engage anything just yet, because I want to make sure everything is nice and as dry can be. So now we're going to move on to the next step, which is, well, talking about doing things on the other side. Do the same thing we did here. We're going to glue this little piece right up top here, and then glue in 3 little pieces of metal into those 3 open ports right there. So I'm going to do that right quick. Alright, got everything glued in, the dome, our metal, and now we're ready to move on to the next step, which is to bring in the little shell pieces here of the matrix. So this looks like we're using this one here, and the instructions are not super clear about where this is connecting. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure how this is living in here. I think it's sitting in here like this. That post is going in there. And, okay, so there's a post here. Okay, I see what's happening. So there's a post here. Okay. So there's a post right here, and there's a port right here for this post, and there's a little port right there. So that's what we're lining up. Okay. That makes sense. They really should have showed that at a different angle there so you can see it better. But, okay, there we go. We got it popped in. So now it looks like we're bringing in this piece, and this is now going to sit atop this in that same fashion. So it looks like we're just lining up the posts and just getting that popped in. There we go. Okay. So it looks like we got things the way we need, I believe, hopefully. And then we're going to bring in this piece here, and that is just going to go over the side, and that needs to be glued on. So let me get this glued right quick. Alrighty, got that glued in, and now, sorry for bumping the camera there, but now we're going to bring in this little silver piece, and this is going to go into this little slot right there, and that will obviously need to be glued on. So let me get this glued real quick. Alrighty, we got that on, and guess what we need to do now? Second verse is just like the first, so we need to put these on, put this on, put this on, and yeah, I'm going to do all that real quick. Oh, and I just realized I made a mistake here. Not a crucial mistake, but I was wondering, like, why is this little piece just flopping around and doesn't seem to have anywhere to go? It does have somewhere to go. It was supposed to get threaded right through here, connected right there. So I have to undo this and get that threaded through. Easy enough to do. I'm going to do that real quick and get the other half of the shell on real quick. So I'll do all that quick. Yeah. Okay, we got the other side done, all glued, all that good stuff. So now we're on to the final steps here, and that is handles. So these handles are going to feed up right through here on either side. Right up in here, right up in here, and those will be taking our final PB 2.3 by 6 screws. So let me get the screwing. All right, got those secured, and now it's time to put the tops on, and these will need to be glued in place. So let me glue these real quick. All right, handles are done, and we pretty much have us a matrix. So now we can put these panels on, and there are tabs and slots as well as the magnets, so we have multiple points of connection here. So we got the one side, flip it around, and we'll get the other side popped in. Very nice. Oop. Go in your home. There we go. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have us a matrix that can actually be opened and closed. So one annoyance about this I already have, one little gripe I have with this is that you can't lock it. You can't lock it in the closed position. It's always just going to be kind of flopping around. Wish there was just a little clip on the top and the bottom just to keep that nice and closed and stable. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. But let's dim the lights and turn it on and see what we got. Okay, lights are dimmed. I'm going to turn that on. Put this back on. There we go. And there we have our lit matrix of leadership. That does look quite good, though. That looks quite good. And again, love that you can open and close it, but wish you could lock into closed position, but otherwise, looks really good. Both sides light up. Very nice. There you go. There we have us, a matrix, and now we can light our darkest ATM vestibule with Jill, whatever. Alright, so the last thing to do here is the display base, and here it is. This is what we were waiting so long for, but it is here. There is some assembly required for this, so let's get down to that. Alright, so first we have this piece right here, and this is, looks like it's going to sit right here, and that's going to get secured from underneath with 2 PB 2.3x8 screws. So let me get those on real quick. Alright, that is secured, and now we want to take this wire here and feed it through this opening like that, and that's done. So now we're bringing in these pieces here. These are basically footrests, and these are going to go, I believe, on either side right here. So yeah, so one goes on this side, one goes on this side, I believe. Yes, okay. So that, is it going to sit like that? No. No, that's totally the wrong way. Where are we living? No, we're living here, sorry. They're going back here. That's where they're living. There's multiple points. There we go. That's where they're living. They're living right there. Okay. Those are the footrests need to go. So these are going to be secured down with 4 PB 2.3x6 screws. And last screw is being snuggened. There we go. So that is good to go. Okay, so now we're bringing in this piece here. And just to note, this thing is not the super sturdiest thing ever. It's pretty flimsy, so I would definitely recommend you be careful with this. That should just slide right on down, like so. And then we have our Autobot symbol here, and this needs to be connected to this wire. So let's see how we're living. We're living like this. That's going to be connected thusly. And you just feed that through, and that will just plug in via 4 posts and ports. There we go. And we also get a little remote control here. And you have to open it up via these 2 screws to put in the batteries. And this does take a very specific kind of battery. If I can get this thing open. There we go. It takes a very specific kind of battery. It takes one of these. This is a 23. You can use a 23A or a 27A battery. I got these off of Amazon, as you can see. So yeah, it takes a very specific kind of battery here for the remote control. But we'll just pop that in and then close it up and put the screws back on. And that is it. Now the base itself takes 4 AA batteries, so they kept that simple. And there's an on-off switch in the back, and when you turn it on, we can now use our remote control. So we have an A button and a B button. You hit the A button, and you have 4 spotlights going around that will light up, and button B will make the Autobot symbol light up. So that's your Autobot symbol. That's your lights, Autobot symbol. And there you have the base all done. Alright, so here we have, at long last, a 100% complete Optimus Prime here, and he is impressive, and he is also huge. He is freaking huge. He is huge. I mean, I have this thing pushed all the way back on my table, and I still can't get it all in frame, but I'll do the best I can. But there he is. He's done. Oh my god. So now we can show off all the bells and whistles, so let's get down to it. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm gonna tell you. So as far as the head goes, the head does have some wiggle waggle. He can look up, he can look down, head can rotate. Don't go too far, though, because there are wires going through his neck. So be mindful of that, but you get good range of movement there on the head. As far as the arms can rotate, can do a full 360. If you want to go in and out, you have to slide the shoulder out, and there you have your outward movement. Not too far, but you get a good, decent range there, and then you can slide that back in. You do have bicep rotation, you have a double jointed elbow, so you have good range of movement there. He does have waist rotation. Again, you don't want to go too far because there are wires going all through his body. He does have an ab crunch as well. It's a very snug ab crunch because I tightened it, so it's very snug. But he does have an ab crunch going on. As far as the hands go, you have wrist rotation as well as a hinge that allows the hand to move in and out. You do have posable fingers here. Nice posable fingers. The thumb on a hinge at the base here that moves up and down. Can rotate. You have hinge there and a hinge there. Each finger is, I believe, is on a ball joint at the base. Yeah. I put this in together, I should remember. But you can get the fingers to splay out, and you have hinge there, and a hinge there, so pretty much posable like a real hand. Now, as far as leg movement, this is going to be fun to try to show off. So we have flaps here. We can move out of the way, so the legs can move forward. You can get them forward. You can get them back. He's big. He's heavy. You can move the leg back. Very stiff joints. I should know. I tightened them. So, outward movement. What are we doing here? Almost out to there. Not totally the full splits, but very heavy. Alright, so I got him laying down for this part because it's just a little bit easier. So we do have thigh rotation as far as the knees. We have a double jointed knee here with how much range of movement? You can get a good range of movement out of that, probably more than I have the room to do, but you can get a good bend at the knee. Now, as far as the feet go, you have this yellow section here that you can pull out, and that will allow you to extend the foot down. And you just plug that back in to lock that into place, and there you have your upward movements and your downward movements, as well as your ankle tiltage. And as far as the accessories, you can have him holding his blaster and doing some blasting. I will say this, getting something this big and heavy into a pose, not fun. Not fun at all, but it's doable. And as far as the axe goes, you just rip off his hand. You can do it on either side, and you just take the axe and just pop that in. And there you go. Now he can hack up some Decepticons there. And of course there is a matrix in his chest. We just open up the chamber here, open those up, and there you have the matrix. It is removable, but it is tethered to him. You'd have to unhook the cable, but you have a little matrix in there if you want to display him with his chest open. But he does also have this bigger matrix that we built that he can actually hold and light the hours of the dark variety. So now let's show off the lights and sounds because he has those. So here is our remote control. The remote takes 2 AAA batteries. Prime himself takes 4 AA batteries, in case I didn't mention that in a previous episode. But to turn the remote control on, just push the Autobot symbol. Now the remote control is on, and if we push this button right here, these little toe lights will light up, and push it again, and his blinkers will turn on. So you got that going on, push it again, and that turns them off. So there are his little toe lights. So now moving up to the chestial region, if we push this button right here, those lights will come on, push it again, and they'll just get a little dimmer, and then turn them off. So you got bright, a little less bright, and then off. So you got that going on, and we can open up his chest, open up the matrix chamber, and we have us a matrix button right here in the middle. Push that, and his matrix will come on. And push again, and that will turn it off. So you got that. And now we're at these 2 top buttons here, so push this one, and his eyes will turn on, and they glow a nice bright blue. Push the button again, and you'll get a little pulsing effect going on. Push again, and they will start flashing. Push it again, they'll flash faster, and push again, and they will turn off. So you can turn the eyes on with this button, and this button here seems like it just turns it off. So that's your on button, switch the modes, and then push this button. You can turn it off at any time. But we'll leave the lights on for now. Actually, we'll turn on the chest lights too, because, oh wait, no, we want solid light. Solid light prime, solid light, there we go. So now let's get down to some voice phrases, because he talks too. So we have 2 speech buttons, so we'll push this one here on the left.
Greetings, people of Earth. I am Optimus Prime. More than meets the eye. The Autobots need your help to defeat the Decepticons. Let's roll. Always a hero. Greetings, people of Earth. I am Optimus Prime.
And just push it again to turn it off at any time. You can see the mouth plate moves up and down, and that is Peter Cullen talking. Now we'll push the button on the right side.
Greetings from Cybertron. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Autobots, roll out. Survival of the strongest. One shall stand, one shall fall. Hero till the end. Greetings from Cybertron.
And it just cycles through again. You just turn it off at any time by pushing that button again. Now we do get a special secret sound that I didn't know about. Somebody told me about this, and whoever you are, thank you for letting me know. So if we push down both voice buttons at the same time...
Happy birthday from Optimus Prime.
He wishes you a happy birthday. So, hey, I'll take it. So there you have that. Alright, so before we get down to comparisons, I just want to give you his specs here. So height-wise, he stands at 780 millimeters or 31 inches tall, and that's going to the top of the smokestacks. He is 380 millimeters wide or 15 inches wide. He weighs 24.5 pounds or 11 kilograms, and he definitely feels like he weighs 24.5 pounds. Yeah, he's heavy. So for comparison, we have to know, how does this scale with Metroplex? So here he is with Metroplex, and yeah, he dwarfs Metroplex, so it kind of goes without saying he'll dwarf any Titan-class Transformer you may have. And another one people wanted to see is... ooh, here he is with HasLab Unicron, and yes, he is bigger, he is heavier than even HasLab Unicron. Big boy here. Come here. Alright, we got Prime all set up here, and I have 2 more sounds I want to play. There's still 2 more buttons on this remote. So if we push this button here, get that transformation noise. Saving those for last. And this button right here with the musical notes. I can't play too much of this, but... and we'll stop it right there because copyright, but it plays the whole Transformers theme, which is very cool. So yeah, that is it. There is the Agora Models Optimus Prime. Yeah, very cool build, very involved build. I mean, one thing I do wish is I do kind of wish they broke this up into more stages. I get that they wanted you to get this done, you know, in a year as opposed to 2 years, 3 years, like some of the other Parts Works kits that are out there. So I get they wanted you to get this build done faster. But from a recording standpoint, this thing killed me. Some of the recording sessions were 4 or 5 hours. I mean, I was putting in whole days with some of these episodes. So I would have liked it if maybe they broke it up, you know, into maybe like 16, 17 stages, maybe, you know, maybe even 20, I think would have been good. But either way, it's a great build, and you just end up with this giant, massive, heavy, just super hulking Optimus Prime figure, and it's awesome. Definitely awesome. You got lights, sounds, you get voice phrases, you got Peter Cullen wishing you a happy birthday. I mean, it's pretty much everything you could want. Except for being able to transform, of course, but bear in mind, as big and heavy as this thing is, it would be no fun to transform whatsoever. Posing this thing is no fun, so imagine trying to transform something this big and heavy. Yeah, it would not be fun, so I'm glad it doesn't transform. But all in all, this is a great kit, and I had a lot of fun putting this thing together. It was a lot of work, but still a lot of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed going on this journey with me as we built this massive Prime here. So there you go. Now, if you would like this kit for yourself, you can check out the link in the description down below. And if you missed any stage of this build, there is a playlist in the description down below as well for you to check out at your leisure. You can watch this heroic leader take shape before your very eyes. So, there you go. As always, I hope you enjoyed this exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Be geek. Be proud. Palm in your face.